What's going on, everyone? This is Cadman Cycling. Welcome in, welcome back. Here we are in Watopia today for another Zwift ride. This is the Rhino Migration, happens every Saturday, put on by Rhino Racing. Really cool ride. I actually kind of late to join, jumped on the bike just as that countdown timer was hitting 0, so didn't have the watts up at the start, but quickly jumping back in with the front group. But there's two categories. The B ride is a longer ride, 90 kilometers today, and then the C ride is the shorter ride, but still a decent length ride at 45 kilometers. So I joined the C group today. C group can have people from all racing categories in it. It's just based on the distance. So join the group put on by Rhino Racing. They're here in those purple jerseys with the pink rhino on their back. Pretty cool jerseys, actually. But yeah, they put on this ride every Saturday, switch up the routes every time. Today we're doing Watopia Waistband. It's about 28 kilometers, 100 meters of climbing. So the full route being 45 kilometers means we're doing this about 1.5 laps around. It'll be a custom finish line at the end. And a few friends in this group today. So Eric Barfel's here, Chris Main as well, both doing the C ride with me. So goal here is join the group, sit in and see what we can do. It's a Saturday morning ride. I usually don't like the morning rides as much, but I woke up early enough to get a little bit of a warm up in, get some gels and nutrition ready, and see what we can do today. I finished the Three Sisters route a couple weeks ago. That's kind of my longest Zwift ride to date. This will probably be my second longest once it's all said and done. Not quite as much climbing here early. So we got settled in. Here we are almost 10 kilometers in, making our way out of the desert into Titan's Grove. And this is kind of the first climb of the ride, the race. Everyone here at the front, most of the people are racing it, but some riders off the front really started to push the pace. It increases in gradient. It gets up to 2, 3, 4% just coming into Titan's Grove. Some of those riders at the front decided to really put in the first push of the race and kind of split the group. Looking at that mini map on the top right, there's riders all over the place now. So that was kind of the first push. Everyone was kind of getting their legs warmed up for the first 10K or so. And now we're off. So a little bit of a split there, but we'll go ahead and skip forward. 15K now. This is the front group. Again, it's B and C riders. So there's about 12 C riders in here. A lot of other guys doing the longer race too, though. So my goal for now is sit in. Heart rate's getting high. We're coming up to another climb here, starting at 180. Going through some gels, not feeling great. I'd been off the bike for a few days, so legs were rested. But really the heart rate was getting high, and we're starting to push again. We have a few off the front here as the grade gets a little bit higher on this climb. And heart rate's hitting 187, 188. Not where I want to be. We're about 17 kilometers in, 28 kilometers left in the ride. So really pushing hard just to maintain the pace with this front group. See Eric just there on my left, pushing and hanging on as well. And a lot of these riders are doing the 90-kilometer ride. So a lot of strong guys here. Front pack was really pushing to stay on. I'm doing everything I can. But that heart rate is not going to be manageable for another 27K. So nice push. Now it's time to sit in a little bit and see what we can do. Go ahead and skip forward, not too far, just about a kilometer more. Now we're going around the volcano, pushing again on this uphill. Heart rate's getting high again, so putting in the work, just trying to stay with this group as much as I can. Guys, thanks for all the support. Thanks for watching these videos. It's been a lot of fun just growing this community. I really enjoy not only doing these races, but making the content, editing these videos, doing the voiceovers. Thanks for supporting me along the ride and giving me a reason to do it. Yeah, it's been awesome, and it really makes Zwifting a lot more fun when there's this full community to do it with. And thanks to Rhino for putting on this ride. I think it's really well organized, happens every single Saturday. So it was fun to finally be able to jump in with the group and ride one of these and see what I could do with this group of really good riders. So here we go. Eric's there on my left again. We're kind of both just hanging off the back a little bit. Heart rate's high. It was at 180. Earlier we were at 185, 190. So this is where I kind of call it quits. I decided to kind of hang back. Could I have stayed on for another 2K, 5K? Sure, I definitely could have made it, but we're not quite even halfway through this ride. So I decided to kind of jump off, let that front group go. There's a lot of strong riders there. So sat back. Eventually, I was working with one guy for a little bit. Then we got caught by this bigger group. And in that chat, I just said, bus is coming, grabbing my bags now. So here comes the bus. There's about 15 riders. This was kind of the second group on the road. And we're about to get engulfed by them and see what we can do. So I jump in with them. Good group. It's become a chase group. So I'm now in kind of that 15th, 13th in the C category. I know Eric still jumped in. He hung on with that first group, but I was kind of watching him on the top right, and I could see that he eventually got dropped by that first group. So in my head now, I'm thinking he's the carrot. Let's see if this bus can overtake him. I'm jumping on the bus. It's going to tow me along. We kind of caught it at a strange spot there. We got caught right as we started that uphill into Titans Grove. So had to put in the power for a little bit, but now we're back together and we're going to see what we can do. There's 8.5 kilometers left. Eric's 90 seconds ahead. So that's quite a bit, but if he's on his own, there's a chance we might be able to get him close to the finish line. So we're going to do what we can. Jumping forward now, 5K left. The gap's coming down, so we're under a minute now to Eric. Incoming battle of the losers. Yeah, I'm here for it. I want to be the lead loser. So this group's starting to split up a little bit. Some guys are pushing off the front. That's good. That's what we want. Ups the speed. So I'll kind of put out some power. Had a nice little recovery time while I was waiting for this bus to come, but I jumped on. They're towing me along, and I'm part of it now. I want to be part of this pack, put in some work and see what we can do. And here we go. 1 mile out. Unfortunately, we just didn't quite have the speed. Eric's at about 20 seconds now. 1 mile, he's pretty much got it. He had one or two other guys that he was working with. So I actually messaged in this group, since we were working so well together. I asked like C sprint just because we got some B's here. I wanted to make sure that it was okay if we were sprinting for a win here and not just crossing the line together. And that's what kind of ride it was. I mean, it was so much fun to join in with these guys. I didn't want to be the one person who sprinted ahead of the group when we all worked so well together. But they said they're sprinting. There's 900 meters left, and out of nowhere, I can actually see the finish line. It pops up into view, which is strange. It seems close, but some other riders putting in the power. I put in the power too, and some decent power up to 920, 940, and then out of nowhere, the finish line disappears. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're still going. 500 meters left. I upped the pace. There were a few that jumped on with me. Heart rate's high. I mean, I just kind of gave an all-out sprint. Now I got to see what I have left. Actually, pretty good position in the draft here. Time for a second sprint from 200 meters out. I put in not quite as much power as I had for the first one, but still enough to roll across the finish line. So bit of a dramatic ending with that double finish, but in the end, Eric stayed out 15 seconds ahead of us. But guys, had fun with this one. Like I said, great group of riders. This was a long race, 2.7 watts per kg. Nothing to be crazy proud of, but along that distance, I'm really working on my endurance. So fun Saturday morning ride, good start to the weekend, and we're back at it. So guys, coming up, we got more Race Scotland stages. I think Crit Circuit is next, and then more racing. So guys, thanks for being here. Really appreciate the support, and until the next one, this is Cadman Cycling. I'll catch you then. Bye.